Hi, Sanath. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good. How
Uh,
are you?
all great here, and thanks for taking out time on a Sunday to connect with
No
us.
problem. No problem.
Right. So, Sanath, before we, first of all, thanks for sharing, your overall experience with LilacBuds
Mhm.
today. So, if you could just give us a quick introduction about yourself, your profile and all those things.
So I completed my BCom from Pune University back in 2018, and from 2019 I started working at a firm called eClerks in their fixed income department. That I did for around 1.5 years, and during COVID, I moved to another company. It's a Chicago-based company called Northern Trust. There, I was working for their hedge fund services department, servicing uh, a niche product called private credit, and that I've been doing since 2020 up until now. Uh, so in between, um, I was thinking of taking up my master's, and then I came across LilacBuds.
Great. So you mentioned that you were planning to start with your master. So maybe let's get that out of the way. First of all, what program did you, go ahead with? Obviously,
Mhm.
wasn't into the finance kind of core was but what you were
Yes,
targeting. So maybe
yes.
what kind of universities you applied to, and maybe share your admits as well as the kind of scholarships you received.
So I applied to Boston University, Fordham, Stony Brook, Columbia, and George Washington. Um, Boston, I received admit from Boston, Stony Brook, and Fordham. I don't think so. I heard back anything from George Washington. I received reject from Columbia. Um, so the overall success rate was really good. Um, From Fordham, I received a scholarship of around $20,000. Um, but then eventually I took Boston as my preference.
Great. So, could you give us an insight into your overall profile? Because you did have, a little bit of a low GPA. GRE was also
Mhm.
something where, things were a little, you were a little,
Mhm.
I would say, apprehensive about when you initially
Yeah.
came to us. That was what. So, could you maybe share that kind of information with people, who would want to or are targeting similar programs?
Yes. Since I was working, I couldn't give much focus on my GRE, especially if your viewers are working like me at night shift servicing American clients and all, it was getting very difficult for me to prepare for GRE overall. So then when I connected with my mentor Utkarsh, you know given my extensive work profile and my niche background, um, he said that it's completely all right for me to apply for good universities and a great program overall, because Fordham and Boston both have a good record in finance because both are in the hub of finance in Boston and New York. So he guided me really well in that area. So it was a good option. That's where he helped me a lot. Lilac Buds helped me a lot.
Great. So what actually see, obviously when you start looking at, consultants or start getting into this journey, so you do look at other options and a lot of every applicant wants to do their kind of research. So what made
Yes,
you decide to work with Lilac Buds, what for your applications? So what stood out if you could share with us for that?
there are two reasons. First of all, I saw your testimonials on YouTube. That were one. I connected with you, Prayash, on what I can do further. What path I can take uh, to basically develop my what prospects I can find into field of finance, and which program, which colleges will help me. That was one. The second was my brother also, was helped by LilacBuds. So he shared me his experience. So that was an added benefit for me.
Great. That's good to hear. So it runs in the family.
Yes,
He also achieved his dreams through Lilac Buds, and I think now you are
yes.
also going ahead with this. So that definitely works. Any chief concerns you had, before you actually even thought about pursuing your master's, and what helped you actually allay those fears of yours?
The main was around, job opportunities in America. I was actually open to each and every country, and that's what I told my mentor that, I don't mind Ireland, UK, Singapore, other countries. Uh, but given my field, my specialization, especially in the fixed income area, um, he said that, America would be a best opportunity. Other countries are there, of course, but America would provide me with all the knowledge and equip me with knowledge and backing. And that was my main, apprehension on uh, opportunities and jobs, which he said that, you will get it in future, no problem. It's just, you'll have to socialize, you'll need to connect because there's no such things like college after college only helps you directly in placements,
Those
right?
placements
So
don't happen.
yes,
Yes, correct.
placements, yeah. And he basically explained me on how his journey when he went to America and how he secured a job and everything. So that basically, I had a slight amount of fear on that. And he basically clarified all those doubts. Utkarsh clarified all those doubts.
Right. So, like you mentioned, working with Utkarsh, and all you also mentioned, like he himself, shared his experience working with, you plus his journey to America, and currently he is also based in the US. So, did
Yeah.
that actually benefit you in some way, having an international mentor who's already gone through the process, plus knows the country what you are targeting as well? Did that actually assist you, or even without that, things would have been almost similar?
No, no, definitely that makes a difference because someone who has been through the process versus someone who has not been through the process, there's a stark differences between two mentors, right? And especially Utkarsh works with, I believe, Mastercard. He works in the field of finance. So he was able to guide me properly, right? So he knows the current terrain of America right now, what is going on, what colleges will help me best, given with my profile, with my work experience, with my academics, with my with me not pursuing with going with GRE. So he definitely helped me a lot in those cases. Otherwise, when I spoke with few other consultants, they were saying that you need to have GRE, this, that, because otherwise I would have gone like if I otherwise I would have gone like 2 or 3 years ago, right? I didn't come across lilac birds up until a year ago, till my brother recommended it. So it definitely made a huge difference with someone who's right there in America right now. Not that he's right here in India also. He's there in America. He's working in America, and he is in the field of finance. So definitely that guided me a lot.
Good. That's good to hear. And like, him being in the US, you being in India. So how good was the LilacBuds portal to actually facilitate the communication, having your meetings with him, documentation exchange? Did that also, ease off your process? Because those things are also obviously crucial during the whole application process. So how did that work for you?
Uh, with that portal, we used to basically communicate during the weekends. If I had to communicate anything, I used to communicate on weekday on WhatsApp. That was our usual channel because our timings matched. Because I used to work at night, and he's there in America. I used to service American clients. So anything I had a question, for example, I received an email from any university regarding transcripts or my Wes evaluation of the transcripts or any questions, I used to directly, reply to my colleagues right on the email, right? But with regards to my portal, I used to upload my SOP, and Utkarsh used to review those my SOP on the portal, and you know if on weekends, then we would connect on via the LilacBud portal, or else during the weekdays, we used to generally talk on WhatsApp majorly.
Okay, got it. So, how was your, with a lot of masters, you do get interview calls. So, how was that for you? How was your interview process? How was your practice or mocks handled? So, how did that work out for you?
Actually, with only one college I had interview, and that was Fordham.
Hmm.
And in that, Utkarsh shared a list of questions that would potentially come. I just prepared those. I just had a one-on-one with Utkarsh, and he said that that there's no need to worry because eventually they are going to ask about you, right? Uh, there wasn't any mock session happen, but I didn't feel that I required anything because they would ask me about my academics, my about my work in general, basically, because I've been working for the past 6.5 years, and they will ask why would you choose Fordham? Why would you choose this? So he just gave me a just sent told me that you can say it in such way, you can articulate in such way, and it will be good. So Fordham mock was really straightforward. They asked me why do I want to choose Fordham? Uh, if there's any questions that I may have, regarding scholarships or, any particular, if they have a finance lab with Bloomberg set up on it, so on and so forth. But it was you know, in general conversation between me and the interviewer. With Boston and Stony Brook, I did directly received admit within, few weeks. So that was right off the, bat.
Right off the bat, right? Great. So, last question here, Sanath, which I would have for you is, any advice you would have for any future students or working professionals who are looking to study abroad, your experience, your two, bits of knowledge or how they should proceed their applications and that way.
Get your documents ready uh, prior to everything, and you know ask your mentors first beforehand if there's any documents that you uh, need to prepare, like West transcripts evaluation, so on and so forth. Um, for working professionals, I don't know if the viewers would, who are working like a night shift, like a graveyard shift, like me. But prepare if you are preparing for GRE, then of course it depends upon person to person on how they will manage it. But speak with Prayash, speak with Utkarsh or any one of your mentors that has been allocated to you. Um, ask them on the overall plan on how to approach GRE. If you're a working professional, if you're a student, then it's really straightforward. Along with the studies, you have time to allocate. Uh, and don't worry a lot about opportunities and all. You know, that's what my mentors, my cousin also gave me advice on that, go there, build your skill, and socialize. So if you have any questions, you can definitely communicate with your mentor because they're just one text away. You can just WhatsApp them. They have been extremely vocal that no need to wait until you use the LilacBud portal. Just give me a text. We can just hop on a call and sort this out. So communicate actively with your mentors.
Great. So, thank you so much, Sanath. Thanks for taking out this
No problem.
time today with us.